Hello, I am Amber Irwin, co-founder over here at Social Speak Network. Today I want to talk to you about why it's important to use Instagram stories. Instagram stories are a great way to reach your target market in a different way. The stories only stay up for 24 hours, but you can save them to your highlights so you never lose them. But first reason is to preserve your news feed for high quality photos. So a lot of times if you're doing, a behind the scenes post, scenery post, tips, sometimes those just in the moment images are great for Instagram stories, leaving your news feed for the branded photos that follow the color scheme and your brand identity. Number two is using Instagram stories to stay top of mind. When people log on to Instagram, they see the stories feed first. And so that's really important. The more that you put up onto Instagram stories, the more that your stories will show up in your target market's feed. So that's important that they see that first. So you're staying top of mind. Number three, have fun with your audience. So being able to put polls up on your Instagram stories, there's a lot of different options that Instagram stories gives you, so you can make it fun. You can add little gifts, you can ask questions, you can have them vote on different things. So if there are maybe topics that you're wanting to ask about, would you rather read a blog on this or this? Would you, do you like, if you're redoing your office, do you like this paint color or this paint color? Being able to engage with them, Instagram stories gives a lot of really good options to be able to do that. So just having fun with your audience. 4, show another side of your brand. So I love Instagram stories because I always think of them as kind of the behind the scenes. So this is where you can highlight your staff, your nurses, your doctors. If you're a doctor's office, you can talk about, within that one story, you can have multiple images. So it can be an image of them, maybe their family, their dogs. So if you guys have if you're a chiropractic office or a wellness clinic, being able to utilize those stories for products that you sell in your office. If you have a line of maybe nutritional supplements or essential oils, being able to kind of showcase that different side of your brand utilizing Instagram stories. Number 5 is grow your audience. So Instagram stories, again, if you're consistent with them, if you're doing Instagram stories every day or every other day, find that plan and stick to it. But this is a great way to grow your audience as well, because again, you're staying top of mind. So they're seeing your stories first and it's reaching new people. So it's a great way to grow your audience. Number 6, real-time marketing. So again, your Instagram stories aren't something that you're necessarily going to schedule, via Hootsuite or Sprout Social. You're not going to utilize one of those tools for your Instagram story. You could, but this is really like the real-time information. So this is a great way if you're going to do an Instagram live to, especially in, everything that's going on with the pandemic, maybe you do an Instagram live and you interview a local business, or you interview, maybe one of your patients and you talk to them, interview another colleague. So Instagram lives are a great way to grow your audience and use those Instagram stories. So it's just more of that real-time marketing is what the Instagram stories are all about. Number 6 would be you're not bombarding your audience with your feed. So sometimes you'll see the people that post 6 times a day, and rather than just having one post with 6 images, it's all back to back and you're like, oh my gosh, like maybe it's too overwhelming. So being able to utilize your Instagram stories, it doesn't overwhelm their newsfeed. They're able to click on your story, see it, like it, comment, engage with it, but then it stays there. It doesn't, it doesn't overwhelm their newsfeed. And I think that that's really important. And that was number 7. And number 8, create a buzz around a deal. So I love Instagram stories if you are doing some type of a VIP Instagram followers only type of a deal. And a lot of, I've seen a lot of different flash sales going on, even for, veterinarians. I've seen them doing, a 30% flash sale, and they'll do an Instagram story. And this is getting the buzz around, making sure that your dogs are, or your cats are still doing their heartworm or their preventative medicine. So they had a flash sale, and they did it through Instagram stories, which was a really cool concept. This can also be for, your chiropractors, your massage therapists, maybe the areas that are deemed non-essential right now. You're starting to be able to open up, you're starting to be able to see people, but maybe you did a deal just for your Instagram followers that was maybe a buy one, get one 50% off massage, or again, if you had a product line. So being able to create that buzz around a certain deal on Instagram stories is a great way, because again, it only stays up for 24 hours. Now, once you have that story up, you can go onto that story and click highlight, which then if you go to a profile and you'll see those little round icons on their profile, those are different stories that they've highlighted. So you can preserve them and save them to make sure that people are able to see them. This is great if you're doing, tips around different things. You may have a highlighted board that says tips for healthy eating, tips for kids' activities, and all those stories that you're doing. You may have one that says staff. And when you highlight a staff member on your Instagram stories, you can then highlight it to that board. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with Instagram stories. And I highly recommend getting in there, playing around with it, and seeing, and then you can monitor the analytics on those too to see how many people had actually watched your story, engaged with it, commented on it, etc. So Instagram stories are a great way to stand out from the crowd, engage with your audience, and stay top of mind. If you need help with creating an Instagram strategy, managing your Instagram, please let us know. Head on over to socialspeaknetwork.com and sign up for a free 30-minute consultation, and we'd be more than happy to walk you through this. Have a great day.